Hey, welcome back to my channel Iraqi Dinar News Update Digital Banks in Iraq. The birth of a new financial digital banks in Iraq. The birth of a new financial era in conjunction with the Central Bank of Iraq's efforts to enhance financial inclusion and modernize the banking system. A strategic initiative was launched. This initiative includes developing an instant payments project and issuing local cards, in addition to issuing regulations for licensing digital banks in Iraq. This step comes as part of a comprehensive plan aimed at integrating modern technological concepts into the financial sector, taking into account the technical requirements of the information infrastructure and the cybersecurity risks that accompany this transformation. The issued report highlights the mechanisms for establishing digital banks in Iraq and explains how to implement this initiative in accordance with the regulations of the Central Bank of Iraq, in integration with local payment systems and global fintech standards, while adhering to environmental and social governance practices that have become essential in the world of modern finance. The proposed digital bank model focuses on providing financial services electronically without the need for traditional branches. This includes payment services via apps, digital wallets, transfers, loans, and more, targeting segments of society that are underserved by banking services, including individuals, small and medium-sized enterprises, and rural communities. In terms of objectives, the initiative seeks to expand financial inclusion, reduce reliance on cash, which accounts for more than 90% of transactions, and enhance the resilience of the local economy by supporting small and emerging businesses. It also aims to strengthen adherence to security standards and combat financial crime. The Central Bank's strategic plan for the period 2014-2026 also focuses on modernizing the financial sector, expanding the bank account base, which does not exceed 30% of the population, and developing electronic payment systems. This will contribute to achieving financial stability and attracting foreign investment by aligning regulations with international standards. Partnerships with international institutions such as the World Bank, the United Nations Development Programme, and the International Finance Corporation are pivotal to the success of this vision. At the same time, regulations adopted in 2024 require strict adherence to cybersecurity and data protection standards, along with building a robust technical infrastructure and implementing effective anti-money laundering systems. Challenges facing the sector include weak trust in digital transactions, regulatory complexity, financial exclusion affecting more than half of the population, and the risks of cyber attacks due to weak digital infrastructure. Despite these challenges, there are significant opportunities for growth. The Iraqi market is home to more than 45 million people, and there is widespread smartphone and internet penetration. Furthermore, the government is keen to support technology projects in cooperation with global financial institutions, which paves the way for the growth of small and medium-sized enterprises and the transition to a modern financial culture. Digital payments market analysis reveals advanced demographic indicators, with the number of internet users reaching 35 million, mobile phones reaching 47 million, and the number of digital payment users expected to reach 25 million by 2027, although the adoption rate of these methods remains low compared to the region. The digital bank's initial capital has been set at 100 billion Iraqi dinars to be distributed over 5 years. Foreign investment may not exceed 49%, subject to the approval of the central bank. Furthermore, foreign ownership in digital banking projects may not exceed 56% per investor, with the possibility of a slight increase if approved by regulatory authorities. This is intended to ensure financial stability and strengthen the operational structure. An important aspect is environmental, social and governance ESG practices, which include adherence to the Sustainable Finance Roadmap, promoting social inclusion, implementing transparent governance structures and effective risk management. Establishing a digital bank in Iraq is not only a response to global trends, but also a strategic opportunity to support the national economy and provide modern banking services to a broad segment of citizens. This requires strict adherence to legislation, a flexible operational approach, and the political and economic will to keep pace with the global digital transformation. USD IQD market exchange rates for Tuesday, July 22, 2025. 600 IQD buy low 100 $900 IQD Erbil, selling 100 $500 IQD buy $139 IQD Basra, selling 100 Z. 700 IQ by 9. 130 IQ. The official Central Bank of Iraq rate stands at 1,320 IQD to 1. Iraq's accession to international financial institutions enhances economic development opportunities. Iraq's accession to international financial institutions enhances economic development opportunities as part of its efforts to strengthen its financial presence on the international stage and diversify funding sources for its service and construction projects. Iraq has taken a significant step by joining two of the most prominent multilateral financial institutions, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Although the direct repercussions of this step are still in the developmental stage, economists see it as a prelude to attracting long-term financing, bolstering development efforts in vital sectors such as energy, infrastructure, and transportation, and opening the doors to international partnerships for Iraq in the post-crisis phase, projects and bridges economic expert Dr. Majid al-Badani explained to Al-Sabah regarding Iraq's accession to the Asian Development Bank. The projects currently underway in Baghdad, such as bridges and others, have no connection to the Asian Development Bank's projects, as their funds are allocated by the state in the project budget according to the investment portion of the budget. The Asian Development Bank has no role in implementing or establishing the aforementioned projects, as the contractor may be Chinese, the implementing company may be Chinese, or another international nationality. He added, the implementation of projects by the Asian Development Bank is subject to certain conditions, including that the bank selects the implementing companies along with their own mechanisms and engineering efforts, unlike what some might imagine. Furthermore, the bank's projects are implemented through loans from the bank and on its own terms. Long-term economic expert Ahmed Makalaf believes that there has not yet been any direct benefit from Iraq's joining the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Rather, the benefit is long-term, not immediate. The real benefit is in giving Iraq an international standing and a good reputation from an economic perspective. The development road will be a gateway for the Asian Development Bank to enter Iraq with projects, the official added in an interview with Al-Sabah. It is likely that the country will borrow from the bank to implement projects related to the road and will likely build cooperation through this bank in financing parts of the activity for major projects related to the development road, contributing to strengthening the economy within the international environment and building strong international relations in the future. Membership shares. For his part, Dr. Mazhar Mohammad Saleh, advisor to the Prime Minister, stated that as far as the distribution of capital among the participating countries in the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is concerned, the bank's total capital amounts to 100 billion, with 20% allocated as paid in capital and the remainder as callable capital. Each country is obligated to contribute its share of the paid in capital upon joining sustainable development, he added. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank (AIIB) is an international institution that aims to support infrastructure projects and sustainable development in Asia and beyond. The bank, headquartered in Beijing, provides concessional loans to finance infrastructure projects for member countries. This accession is a strategic step for Iraq to advance its development projects in areas such as transportation, energy, and water. European Bank. Regarding the benefits of Iraq joining the European Bank, Saleh said, there is a positive correlation between building a development strategy, which is embodied today by the government's philosophy of launching a development initiative with comprehensive sectoral economic links called the Development Road Project, which is the corridor and strategic project that links the European Union countries with Asia via Iraq and the Gulf Maritime corridors and vice versa on the one hand, and the requirements for implementing the various stages of the development road through the role that Iraq's membership in the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development occupies. On the other hand, especially in terms of the advantages of obtaining European technology and ensuring the role of companies from European Union countries in implementing the development road in all its aspects, whether in infrastructure, industrial production projects, or various logistical services.